Hello, today we are in Centurion Golf Estate, here to display for you a very big home overlooking the Greenbelt. You have the golf course just on the other side of this river. You have the clubhouse. If you've been to that clubhouse, you know it's an exceptional restaurant. It's a great place to have dinner. If you don't want to cook, you can just walk across. But back to the house, here you can see just a great big facade, how high up it is from the river, so you don't have to worry about any flooding. You have a 5-bedroom home, 3 en-suites. That's perfect if you have a big family and everyone wants their own space. This is perfect for an entertainer's dream. But just first I want to show you how the plants have grown up the boundary wall up to where your garden is. There's such a nice space. Here is extra space if your kids want to play outside and the garden upstairs is not enough. Marusha, what do you think of this space?
I look forward to it because this is an upside down house and you don't get those often, so it's really cool to have something unusual. We've got all the entertainment spaces on the so-called bottom level from the street you enter the bedrooms, right?
Yes. So the upside down house, I do think it gives it a lot of character, something unusual, something you'd stand out when your family comes to visit. This is where the compliments would come from. But just as you come up, you have your pool to the left. The pool cover is on because it is in the winter right now, but as soon as it's summer, that will go off. You will have a sparkling blue pool. You'll have it's next to your entertainment space. So this is where it would all open up. This is where you'd be watching the rugby. So you have your first entertainment, and as you come this way, you have your garden space, a bit of a landing area where you can have a look at the views.
So basically the golf course is an extension of your garden, right?
Yes. So this is now winter, but in the summer it is completely green, almost possible to look through. So you have a bit of a lemon tree just to show you the fruitfulness of the garden.
It's also good luck, I believe.
Well, so a lot of pot plants, a lot of features if you like the greenery. It is a golf course, so there is quite a lot of that. This is what I would personally have as my man cave. This is my favorite room of the house. You have a gas fireplace as you come into the right. On top of that is where I would have my TV, that's where you watch your sports. This is quite a big room. You could easily fit a pool table in here and maybe a dartboard against the other side of the wall. This is where I'd be spending most of my time with my friends. You have your built-in bar with space for 2 bar fridges. That's just to show you the quality of the build and the space that there is.
And it's solid wood by the looks of things, right?
Yeah, solid wood. So I like the consistency in the finishes right around the house. So you have the folding doors, the stacked doors, also complete wood, very beautifully done, well maintained. And as you come in to this part of the house, this is sort of where you'd have your formal lounge, formal dining, whatever your favorite furniture is. Maybe if you want an art piece here in the middle. I could actually imagine like a little small tree being here in the middle. And that's sort of what I would do, but you can see the double volume height, the skylight.
So, I mean, the entire ceiling is a skylight actually. So the natural light here is incredible. So I'm with you on the 3-story. I would probably go for a big table because it's a centerpiece. It kind of is the connecting point for the whole house, and everything stems from that central point.
To your left, you have a small room that connects to the entertainment. This is maybe where you'd have your kids' room. You can see them, but you can close the door so you won't be able to hear them. This is where maybe the PlayStation would be plugged in. You can have the TV there, all the toys. This is where, this could maybe be a small formal lounge as well. If you want somewhere to have a cup of tea, cup of coffee, to just catch up on guests coming
Philip,
in.
did you grow up in that family where you have to be seen but not heard?
I grew up outside, so I would probably be on the golf course, and when the street lights come on, then I know it's time to go home. But that's where, maybe if you're in the high school stage, you want the PlayStation room. So just here you have the other angle of the entertainment space. We showed you it from the garden. But here you can see the size of it, perfect if you want a table and a bit of a sitting area. You have your built-in braai for wood and your gas braai. So that is really, it's just functional. You have the foldable doors opening up onto the kitchen as well, which you'd see because we're about to head there. So here again you can see the foldable doors as we saw earlier, the natural wood. This is just, if you want to close everything up and you want it to look very minimalistic almost, that you can have that. So to the right you have your walk-in pantry. It's actually a very big room, perfect for all your groceries. So as you come into the kitchen, you have your granite tops, natural wood. You have your
Stovetop.
stovetop.
I can see who's not cooking.
I'm not.
Where's the toaster? Is that your appliance of choice?
I'm more interested in the braais, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I do my cooking. So
that's where we put the balls on here.
And the steak and all the other meat you get from the hunting. But then you have a bit of a breakfast nook there if you want a small round table and overlooking the pool and garden. That's where you have your breakfast in the morning. So just to point out again, granite tops, natural wood, space for a double fridge. So there you have a scullery set up. Your washing that goes out, that door goes up to the back of the house, where you have 2 storerooms and access to the ground floor ensuite. So it is a very big island, a lot of space in the kitchen, quite a very nice room. So here is something you don't see very often, but is very beautifully done. You have your wine cellar with the stone claddings, the wallpaper. I can't remember how much the owner said, but you can fit like quite a lot of wine bottles in. A bit too much wine if you think, in my opinion, but I don't know what you do with all this wine. But it's very nicely done. This is a feature of the house, definitely.
I think they say you drink it. All these bottles are empty, so I think they know what to do with all this wine.
Well, I think you said those are still full, but they, I'm not sure if they're still okay. But just for you to know as well, basically this above us is your ground floor from the street level. So this is completely underground. That's for the perfect temperature for the wine. And then you have a walk-in safe. So maybe where you have your hunting rifles or your big amount of cash stored up. If it's not found under the bed, then you can lock it up there.
The gold cubes.
Your gold, your silver, your luxury watches, everything that's very valuable to you, the expensive stuff, that's where you have it locked up. So moving into this room, you can see again the foldable doors, but these have the glass in the middle. But this room, for me, would function as a cinema room. Yeah, you would close it up, you'd have a big TV up on the wall, your soft couches, you have your built-in cupboards for storage space, to have everything neatly packed away. And just to show you the size of this room, it goes also around the corner where you have access to the side of the property. So something I must just mention here is this is quite a big room and it feels very bright. There's a lot of light coming in. It just shows you the quality of the lighting that's in the house. And I don't think I've mentioned it yet, but there is underfloor heating as well. So in the winter, you'll be able to switch that on and enjoy all the rooms and living space you have, right?
But that's only if you're the kind of person that has all the gold cubes in the wine cellar. Because otherwise you can't afford the underfloor heat.
Well, or if you have a very good solar system, which majority people do have. So I just almost forgot about this side of the house. This is how big the house is. You start to forget where everything is. But here you have your ground floor. Well, I keep saying ground floor, but on this floor you have your guest toilet. So when you entertain, you don't have to walk too far. And if you have your parents that live with you, or you want to have a guest bedroom downstairs, this would perfectly function for that. So quite a good sized room with an ensuite. Full bathroom if I'm not mistaken, Marisha.
It is a full bathroom. And a very spacious one.
So then, as you look out that window, there you can see the big JoJo tank. That is basically just to store municipal water. So in case something does happen, maybe there's a drought, then you have that as extra.
In worst case, we're close to the river, so we can go get some buckets.
Unfortunately, I don't think this is the type of river where you want to get water from, but I think it's nice to rather have the nature as a neighbor instead of a different house you're looking into constantly. And as you're coming up the staircase, I just do want to point out how nicely it is done. You have, again, the steel railings, the wood finishes, the natural light. This is a lot of space. If you're standing there, you can communicate to anyone in any part of the house. So this is probably a great central point to be yelling from. We are now upstairs, which is actually the ground floor, but you can say it whatever way you like. But you can see the natural light coming in from the skylight. This just lightens up the whole house. This is a beautiful feature to have. And yeah, as you come to the staircase, you can see the iron railings with the natural wood. This is just a classic design and it is timeless. So here we are at the front entrance. We are just going to quickly go out. I want to show you the street. It is a very quiet street. You've seen already, we are placed on the golf course on the Greenbelt, but here there aren't many cars coming through. It's actually in the middle of winter, but I can feel the sun coming in and the heat. But this is just a very neat front of the house. You have the 4 garages. This is a very classic design. You have your bright colors. You have your garden in front, a lot of pot plants, a lot of green life, quiet street. This is just everything you'd want from an estate house. It's a classic design, very high-end finishes, a very practical design. As you come into the entrance, this is a very nice landing area. It's actually bigger than you'd see on camera. You have your double doors as you enter. You have your skylight above you for the natural light. This is a perfect space to welcome your guests. There's a beautiful built-in cupboards if you want to display flowers or art pieces. To my left, you have your 2 double garages next to each other, so that's quite a big space right there. You have your solar installation ready as well. So just behind you, you have the study you're about to enter into. Very functional if you work from home. If you have clients coming in, this is such a big room. You have your built-in cupboards, gas fireplace. This is perfect if you want a boardroom table in here and a desk. If you want a small table here and you want to read your books, this natural light coming in from here, the greenery. This is such a nice space. I can see myself working here all the time. And as we move in back to the entrance, something I just want to point out is the natural wood on the doors and the skirtings right around the house matches up through. It's very beautiful, such detail. So as we're coming back this space to this way, I want to show you all the rooms. So something many big houses lack is cupboard space, linen cupboards. I can tell you, you will not lack that in this house. I can't remember the amount, but the owner told us how many built-in cupboards there were, and it was almost too much. But as everyone says, if there's space, it will be filled. And here you can see the wood flooring, so no longer tiles, so you always want that wood flooring where the bedrooms are for that heat, and you have the cupboards in the rooms. So as you come this way, you see we have the master bedroom, a very well sized room. You have your own balcony that actually connects to another room. Here you have your gas fireplace, very neatly displayed with a bit of a wood feature here. You have space to mount a TV. That's perfect if you want to watch a movie while you're in bed. And you have an aircon, but to the right you have your walk-in closet. I do want to point out the amount of closet space. That is really just a big room right there, almost the size of many people's bedroom. But in big houses, the closet space is always a problem, but not here. So as you go into the ensuite bathroom, it is a full bathroom with a bidet. I want you to notice the skylight as well for the natural light. Big houses always struggle with dark rooms, but here you can see that one is very light, and they have not played around with space. It is massive. So as you move back out, I do want to show you the balcony. This is where you have your coffee in the morning, if you like coffee. So these, in the winter, now it looks a bit dry, but in the summer it is completely full. The birds chirping, the golfers playing, but you are a bit far away from the golf course, so you won't have any golf balls coming into your yard. So this is just really a great space to have. So now we're moving to the other bedrooms. I just want to say we have 2 en-suites on this floor and a 3rd en-suite on the bottom floor, which we've already seen. Here you can see the big space here just from a different angle. Again, the natural light, the great finishings. This will almost be your wow factor. So as you come this way, again you have the natural wood space for a bit of an instrument here. This would emphasize the actual width of the walkway. So coming here you have actually bedroom number 3 upstairs, but we're going to show you that other one later. So here you can see the big aluminium windows, perfect for the natural light. Bedroom number 4, also with the aircon, same size as the one we've just seen, almost a bit of a mirror effect. A lot of covered space. Then we have bathroom for these 2 rooms. Full bathroom as well. Again, skylight, a lot of natural light. I can just imagine the rooms being very warm and comfy in the summer. So now we're moving to bedroom number 4, the second ensuite. I want to show you this one here because I want to angle from the balcony for you guys. But here you can see as you come in, a lot of cupboard space. Again, very nice. This is maybe for the eldest child. They will try and call dibs on this room. But as you come in, you'll be able to see a bit of a desk setup. Perfect if they want to do their homework from here. So you have the ensuite there. So this is really just a great room. So as you move out onto the balcony, this is sort of where you would have the sunset view. This is where you would tease the golfers. You can, from below you'd see the clubhouse, but just to recap what we've seen a big house in Centurion Golf Estate on the Greenbelt, where you can walk onto the golf course, walk to the clubhouse. You have 4 bedrooms upstairs, a 5th downstairs where the living rooms are. You have multiple entertainment spaces. If you like entertaining, this is an entertainer's dream. You have your own garden, pool setup. This home has so much to offer. If you're interested to view, give us a call. Thank you. Bye bye.